Yeah, I was just gonna say. So, did you grow up with the Super Nintendo?
Yeah, it was. I mean, actually, Sega was bigger, in Europe at one stage around the Genesis or Mega CD as Mega Drive as we called it over here. Sega actually had the edge on Nintendo, for a short period of time. But I was just a Nintendo kid. I just had a Super Nintendo for probably my 11th or 12th, Christmas, and ever since then, just my dream has been to have every single game. And yeah, I've just continued Nintendo going forward. I've had different systems. I've had the odd PlayStation. I've had a 360, but they've all fell by the wayside, and it's just always been Nintendo for me.
Nice. Now, this is kind of a weird question, but like, what was your like first thought? Because I know in Europe, you guys grew up with the Famicom version, or at least the look of the Famicom version. What
Yeah.
was your like first thought when you saw the American version of the Super Nintendo?
I thought it looked really cool, and it's a bit like the box art of American games. It's a lot more focused on a more adult audience, whereas they kind of cartoonized a lot of kind of like artwork for European games. So whether that was just meant that they were targeting maybe a younger demographic, but I remember when I first saw the Super Nintendo, the American one, I thought it looked great, but I wasn't a fan when I actually played one and got a hold of some controllers of the four buttons on the Super Nintendo controller. Two of them are concave; they slope inwards on the American systems, whereas on the European systems, it's four different colours of the red, yellow, green, and blue, but they're all convex. They're all kind of like curved outwards. So it really put me off actually playing games on an American system, just having that sloping in button, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's weird. I never thought about that, but now I'm wondering why that decision was made. That slight change, but I'm just wondering why they made it now. I never thought about that until now.
Yeah, no, it's actually a big thing when you're playing especially like a fighting game like Street Fighter or something like that. Just that different feeling on your fingers. I know you guys were talking earlier about kind of like your Xbox controller, and you kind of like holding out to fix it or get a genuine one because you don't want to get a third party one. And I guess part of the reason is that because a third party one just won't feel right, and
Right.
it's much the same with that American controller when I felt it, because obviously the Japanese controller of the Famicom was the same as the European one in its buttons.
Right, right. Yeah, it's just what you're used to and kind of what feels right.
Yeah,